Art is communication. Art is giving and sharing of emotions, of feelings and thoughts for the purpose of reaching and touching the lives of others.
To me, is something that's very personal, something that means something to me, something in my heart that I could share.
I think it's everything from the ceiling of a Sistine Chapel to what your mother used to hang on a refrigerator.
Art is the fullest and deepest expression of humanity.
What is the meaning of art? It's just too all-encompassing.
It is. It's a growth process, and it's really nice to have that.
And it's an expression, I have to say that. I personally think it's an expression and a communication.
This is the Fine Arts Center at Castleton State College. Every day, students gather here for classes, lectures, rehearsals, performances, or gallery shows to find out for themselves something of that elusive nature of art. The facility itself is one of the finest in northern New England. Its central theater seats 500. A 50-foot-high stage house with fly gallery, catwalks, and 4 lighting bridges, a fully equipped 2,000-square-foot scene shop, full costume construction shop, and the largest costume collection in the state provide the ability to stage all but the most complex productions. Musicians take advantage of this area, as well as ample classroom and rehearsal space, including 8 practice rooms with pianos. Most traditional band and orchestral instruments, including 3 Steinway grand pianos, are available, as are modern synthesizers. A large dance studio provides both a rehearsal and small performance area. The art program makes use of painting, drawing, printmaking, photographic, and sculpture studios. The Christine Price Gallery brings a wide array of current and nationally known work to the Fine Arts Center. A well-equipped television studio and editing areas allow for both audio and video production. But art is produced by people, not equipment. The Fine Arts Center is, most of all, a place where students and faculty can work together, learning and practicing the visual, musical, and theater arts.
I like that. That was wonderful.
Professional studio arts. The course is really a criticism seminar. It's built in that if you're in the course that, in fact, you spend a great deal of your time producing stuff for people to look at.
And here we have this thing that's rocks. Everybody recognizes or assumes that they're rocks. There was no argument about that. In terms of subject, nobody had any problem. And then they got into all of this dialogue that was, it seems like they were talking about execution.
You get a group of students who basically are looking at the work of another student. But there's a whole pile of things that happen in that situation. There's a lot of information that people can find out about their own work when in fact it's the object of discussion.
When subject context comes up, it's just accepted and everybody says, oh yeah, I can see that. I mean, so everybody in this room responds in a kind of collective way to the information that's there. It's just a matter of understanding what that information is. I
think now that if I major in art, I can do just about anything. I think it prepares me for a lot of things. And it's not just the art, but the core requirements too. I've taken those seriously. I think the liberal arts background is really helpful, and it's better than one specific narrow-minded goal.
I enjoy teaching in a liberal arts institution.
The base that you get here is a sophisticated, mature base. It's something that you can work out from. They're not telling you what to do. They're helping you discover.
Most interesting and most rewarding and most important aspect of our program is the individual attention that is given to each student. We tried to bend towards the inclinations of each student, and we do have a very strong interest in each one. We focus a lot on teaching, so we give them opportunities for perhaps leading ensembles.
In the past 2 years here, you know, there's been more of an interest in the music department here on campus. That has been a department surge. have to say I've had a 350% gain in my overall musical understanding and ability since I've come here.
While music classes, more frequently than not, investigate the intricacy of Mozart, the majesty of Beethoven, and the rich tradition of classical music, there's still time and company for other pursuits. Hurdy-gurdy is the most popular band in town.
And you're a part of everything, you know. One day you might taking stagecraft, even though you're an actor, so you're working on the set, and you're working closely with everybody. So the cohesion you have with the people around here is so close. I think it's a lot closer than you would find in a big school. That's what makes a performance as good as you see here as Quatermain's Terms.
Quatermain's Terms is a fairly new British play written by Simon Gray. A marvelous play. It's about a group of school teachers, and the play takes place over a 3-year period of time in the faculty room of the Call Loomis School, which is a school in Great Britain for foreigners. So we approached it very much in that sense, in trying to get into the world of the play, and then slowly into the world of each individual character. And in that I used quite a bit of improvisational work.
My character, well, he's a very warm person on the inside, but it takes a lot to get there. And he's very upset, and sometimes he's always striving to become that novelist he's always dreamed about being, yet, to be honest, he doesn't have the talent.
I was far more interested in this production, far more interested in believable characters and relationships than I was in getting it up on its feet in a ground plan and making the picture look pretty. So it's certainly very emotional in the sense that you're getting at honesty, which is, again, what the art is about, is honesty.
The theater arts program also offers 9 broadcasting courses covering a variety of areas from news to screen acting.
Attorney Nikki J. Wheaton.
We put together video magazines with news stories and sports and all sorts of other pieces and that type of thing. We edit them together, and then we look them over and show them up a little bit to do better the next time.
Courses and performances in ballet, modern, jazz, and experimental dance round out the department's offerings. Art students find ample opportunity to test the reception of their work during shows in the student gallery.
You know, I tell students all the time that this is an incredible environment, not just Castleton, higher education everywhere, because it's 4 years where your principal responsibility is your own personal intellectual, mental development. That basically you are the product that you're responsible to produce the 4 years you're here.
I feel like I know where I'm going now. Even though I've always, my whole life, been interested in art, and it's always been the thing that I've done the best. I never really thought I had a chance, and now I know I have a chance.
I think most of the students who come to Castleton are students who are genuinely interested in a liberal arts education. I think they're interested in a small, close kind of community that you get in a school the size of Castleton. And I think that they are genuinely, the art majors are genuinely interested in art. I tell the students all the time that they're definitely a special breed. And the reason they're a special breed is they're here for some other reason than what most students come to school. And obviously they're marching to a different drummer.
All the art teachers here that I've had have knowledge. And I mean, they're not just here making a living.
October 30th, 10 a.m. The Castleton Festival Chorus presents Elgar's Spirit of England at 3 p.m. today.
We made a very quick read-through in the summer. And then in September, we all met, and that then began to take shape. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. They don't see, all they hear is the laundry work that is done at a rehearsal, as you would have in theater or in art, when you're just sketching things, a painting. So you don't see the glory of it all in the end. When the orchestra finally gets with the chorus, then it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz when we changed into Technicolor. And it's just a transformation of everything. Just the glorious sound that all of a sudden emerges. It's a very intense piece of music, extremely intense.
Dress rehearsal, 2 days before opening night.
Feel in her mouth. Oh, what? Oh, Lord.
Mom, what is it?
I don't want anyone else to know. Not Thomas or Eddie. I don't want them dripping their filthy compassion over me.
So let's all go downstairs to the dressing rooms, and I will give you your notes down there, and then Tom can give his notes up here. Anita, blocking off for 3 years, etc.
Yeah.
And it didn't work, of course, you felt. Right? Good. Sackling, oh Christ. Less. Okay? But I was pleased that you caught yourself, because immediately after that, you didn't explode on that, you got control, and then you had it from then on. The take card part, she would take that, that's good. Okay?
Theater was something I've always dreamed about. I was scared to get into, but Kevin was right there. And he says, Daniel, you've got the talent. All you need to do is work real hard at it, if you really want to go for it. But that's up to you. And I decided that I'm going to do something I really want to do. So I joined the theater department.
Daniel Rodrigo is one that this is his second production ever. He started last year in our production of Fool for Love that went to the ACDF Festival. And he's back again and is also now a theater mate.
Opening night. The Fine Arts Center has 500 seats. Almost all are filled.
Last year it was just about
The whole theater department is growing right now, and I feel there's a lot more that's going to happen. The big schools, you've got so many people to choose from that you're trained as an actor, or you're trained as a director, or you're trained as stage manager, or you're trained in behind the theater. But here, you've got to do everything. And it's a great way to introduce yourself to the whole aspect of theater.
I forgot. I haven't been to bed, you see.
The American College Theater Festival will bring the best 6 plays of the 70 it will review to the regional finals. Castleton's Fool for Love went last year. The adjudicators will see Quartermain's Terms in 2 days. This has been the story of students and faculty working at the arts during one semester at Castleton State College.
Oh, it's nice to see how the hours of shooting and logging and editing turn into something coherent.
Probably the most memorable one was when Kathy and I were shooting from the catwalks above the theater. And we're walking on these little metal grates about that wide.
Long hours. Late nights, sacrificing.
I think it's when I had this very heavy camera on my shoulder and I was trying to have a stable image, and the camera was so heavy that I was just like tilting down and up and down, and I just I panicked for a while.
I think the most interesting thing was to take all the little parts of what we shot, all the little sections of each department, and then try to put it together.
I've been working for 10 years in this building, and there's still some things about the programs and about faculty and students that I discovered in this tape.